Imagine this cheese isn't just a tasty snack anymore. After 60, it can either be one of your best allies for strong bones, muscles, and energy, or a hidden reason for bloating, stiff joints, and restless nights. But here's the thing most people don't realize: it's not about giving up cheese. It's about when you eat it, how much you eat, and which type you choose. Stick with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the smartest way to enjoy cheese after 60 for maximum benefits without any guilt or discomfort. After the age of 60, the way your body responds to food changes in quiet but powerful ways, and cheese is one of the foods where timing makes a remarkable difference. Eating cheese earlier in the day, particularly during mid-morning or around lunchtime, allows your digestive system to work at its strongest. At these times, stomach acid levels are higher, digestive enzymes are more active, and your metabolism is better equipped to handle foods that are rich in fat and protein. This means the nutrients in cheese, especially calcium and protein, are more likely to be absorbed and used by the body rather than sitting heavily in the stomach or being stored as excess fat. When cheese is eaten earlier in the day, it can contribute to steady energy levels and improved satiety. The combination of fat and protein helps slow digestion in a healthy way, preventing sudden spikes and crashes in blood sugar. For older adults, this can support better focus, reduced cravings later in the day, and improved muscle maintenance. Calcium absorbed earlier in the day is also more efficiently utilized for bone health, which becomes increasingly important as bone density naturally declines with age. In contrast, eating cheese late in the evening or close to bedtime often creates problems that may not be immediately obvious. After 60, digestion naturally slows down at night as the body prepares for rest and repair. Cheese, being dense and slow to digest, can place an extra burden on the digestive system during a time when it should be winding down. This can lead to discomfort, acid reflux, bloating, or a feeling of heaviness that interferes with restful sleep. Even if you fall asleep, your body may remain metabolically active, working to digest food instead of fully recovering. Late-night cheese consumption can also affect sleep quality by subtly increasing inflammation and raising body temperature during the night. Poor sleep after 60 is linked to higher blood sugar levels, increased joint stiffness, and reduced immune function. Over time, this pattern can contribute to fatigue, weight gain, and slower recovery from daily activities. What feels like a small habit can quietly compound into larger health challenges. Eating cheese earlier in the day aligns better with the body's natural rhythms. During daylight hours, insulin sensitivity is higher, making it easier for the body to process nutrients efficiently. This timing also supports healthier cholesterol metabolism, as fats consumed earlier are more likely to be used for energy rather than stored. For many people, simply shifting cheese intake from evening to midday results in noticeable improvements in digestion, energy, and sleep quality. Choosing the right time to eat cheese is not about restriction, but about working with your body instead of against it. After 60, small changes in timing can create outsized benefits, allowing you to continue enjoying foods you love while protecting long-term health and overall vitality. After the age of 60, portion size becomes one of the most important factors in determining whether cheese supports health or quietly works against it. Cheese is highly concentrated in calories, fat, and sodium, which means even small amounts deliver a significant nutritional impact. At this stage of life, the body no longer needs large quantities to gain benefits, and in fact, consuming too much can easily overwhelm digestion and place unnecessary stress on the heart and joints. Keeping cheese portions small allows you to enjoy its advantages without triggering negative effects. A serving of about 1 to 2 ounces is generally enough to provide meaningful amounts of calcium, protein, and essential vitamins needed to support bones and muscle strength. This modest portion helps slow age-related muscle loss while contributing to bone maintenance, which becomes critical as the risk of fractures increases. Larger portions do not provide proportionally greater benefits because the body can only utilize a certain amount of these nutrients at one time. Anything beyond that is more likely to be stored as excess fat or contribute to elevated cholesterol and blood pressure over time. Digestive comfort is another reason portion size matters so much after 60. As stomach acid and digestive enzyme production decrease with age, breaking down large quantities of fat and protein becomes more challenging. Overeating cheese can lead to bloating, gas, constipation, or a heavy feeling that lingers for hours. These symptoms are often interpreted as intolerance, when in reality they are simply signs that the portion size is too large for the body's current capacity. Reducing the amount often resolves these issues without the need to eliminate cheese entirely. Smaller portions also help control sodium intake, which is especially important for maintaining healthy blood pressure. Many cheeses contain significant amounts of salt, and consuming large servings regularly can quietly push sodium levels beyond what the body can comfortably manage. Over time, this may contribute to fluid retention, joint discomfort, and increased cardiovascular strain. Keeping portions modest helps maintain balance while still allowing room for enjoyment. Portion control also plays a role in weight management after 60. Metabolism naturally slows with age, and excess calories are more easily stored than burned. Cheese, while nutritious, is calorie-dense, and even an extra ounce or two each day can add up over weeks and months. By sticking to a small, intentional serving, you reduce the risk of gradual weight gain without feeling deprived. Viewing cheese as a concentrated nutrient source rather than a main food helps shift the mindset around consumption. When eaten in the right amount, cheese becomes a supportive addition to meals rather than a dominating component. This approach encourages mindful eating, better digestion, and a healthier relationship with food. Overall, allowing cheese to remain a pleasurable part of life while supporting long-term health and comfort after the age of 60. Eating cheese every single day is not necessary to gain its health benefits, and in many cases doing so may actually place unnecessary stress on the body. While cheese contains valuable nutrients like calcium, protein, and certain vitamins, the aging body benefits more from balance and variety than from daily repetition of the same rich food. Consuming cheese 3 to 5 times per week is generally enough to support bone health and muscle maintenance while giving the digestive system time to recover and reset as digestion slows with age. Regularly consuming heavy, concentrated foods can lead to subtle digestive fatigue. Eating cheese daily may contribute to ongoing bloating, sluggish digestion, or feelings of heaviness. Even if each individual serving seems small, allowing days without cheese gives the stomach and intestines a chance to function without constantly processing dense fats and proteins. This rhythm supports better gut comfort and helps maintain a healthier balance of gut bacteria, which play a critical role in nutrient absorption and immune function after 60. Limiting cheese to several times per week also helps reduce cumulative intake of saturated fat and sodium. While moderate amounts of these are not inherently harmful, daily exposure can quietly add up over time. This is especially important for older adults who may already be managing blood pressure, cholesterol levels, or joint inflammation. Spacing out cheese consumption helps keep these factors in check while still allowing enjoyment and nutritional benefit. Another advantage of not eating cheese every day is the opportunity it creates for nutritional diversity. Relying too heavily on one food can crowd out other important sources of nutrients. On days without cheese, the body can benefit from calcium and protein from alternative foods such as yogurt, leafy greens, legumes, nuts, or seeds. This variety ensures a broader range of vitamins and minerals, supporting overall health more effectively than repetition alone. From a metabolic standpoint, giving the body breaks from calorie-dense foods helps maintain better energy balance. As metabolism slows with age, even small daily calorie excesses can contribute to gradual weight gain. Eating cheese less frequently reduces the risk of unconscious overconsumption, while still allowing satisfaction when it is included. This pattern promotes a healthier relationship with food, where enjoyment is intentional rather than habitual. Spacing cheese intake throughout the week also makes it easier to notice how your body responds. When cheese is eaten occasionally, it becomes clearer whether it supports or disrupts digestion, energy levels, or joint comfort. This awareness allows for better personal adjustments, helping you choose amounts and frequencies that truly work for your body. By viewing cheese as a supportive food rather than a daily necessity, you create flexibility, comfort, and long-term sustainability in your diet after 60. After the age of 60, the type of cheese you choose becomes just as important as when and how much you eat, because not all cheese affects the body in the same way. Highly processed cheeses are often stripped of their natural structure and loaded with additives, preservatives, and excessive sodium. These products are designed for convenience and shelf life rather than health, and they can place unnecessary strain on digestion and the cardiovascular system. For an aging body that is already working harder to maintain balance, these forms of cheese can quietly increase inflammation and discomfort. Natural, aged, and fermented cheeses tend to be better tolerated and more beneficial after 60. During the aging and fermentation process, much of the lactose is broken down, making the cheeses easier to digest for people who have developed lactose sensitivity over time. This is especially important because lactose intolerance can become more pronounced with age, even in individuals who had no issues earlier in life. Choosing cheeses with lower lactose content reduces bloating, gas, and digestive distress. Another major advantage of aged and fermented cheeses is their nutrient profile. These cheeses are richer in vitamin K2, a nutrient that plays a critical role in directing calcium into bones and teeth rather than allowing it to accumulate in arteries and soft tissues. After 60, this function becomes increasingly important, as the risk of both osteoporosis and arterial calcification rises. Without adequate vitamin K2, calcium intake alone may not provide the protective benefits many people expect. The structure of natural cheese also matters. Less processed cheeses retain their original protein and fat matrix, which slows digestion in a controlled and beneficial way. This helps regulate appetite, stabilize blood sugar levels, and support sustained energy. In contrast, heavily processed cheeses are often digested too quickly or irregularly, leading to blood sugar fluctuation and reduced satiety. This can contribute to overeating and fatigue over time. Sodium content is another key factor when choosing cheese after 60. While all cheeses contain some salt, processed varieties often contain significantly higher levels. Excess sodium can worsen blood pressure, contribute to water retention, and increase joint stiffness. Natural and aged cheeses, when eaten in small portions, tend to offer more flavor with less need for large quantities, helping to naturally limit sodium intake. Texture and quality also influence how cheese fits into an aging diet. Natural cheeses are often more satisfying, meaning smaller amounts are enough to feel content. This encourages mindful eating and better portion control. When cheese is chosen intentionally for quality rather than convenience, it becomes a nourishing addition rather than a habitual filler. Selecting the right type of cheese allows you to enjoy its taste and benefits while supporting digestion, bone health, and overall well-being well into later life. After the age of 60, the way cheese is eaten can be just as important as the cheese itself. Pairing it thoughtfully with other foods plays a major role in how the body responds. Cheese on its own is rich and concentrated, which can make digestion more difficult for an aging system. When it is combined with fiber-rich whole foods such as vegetables, legumes, or whole grains, digestion becomes smoother and more efficient. Fiber feeds beneficial gut bacteria, helping them break down dairy proteins and fats more effectively, which reduces bloating and discomfort. Eating cheese alongside whole foods also helps stabilize blood sugar levels. Cheese contains fat and protein but little carbohydrate, and when eaten alone, it may not provide balanced energy. When paired with fiber-containing foods, the absorption of nutrients becomes more gradual, preventing sudden energy dips and supporting steady stamina throughout the day. This balance is especially valuable after 60, when blood sugar regulation may become more sensitive. Mindful eating further enhances these benefits. Taking the time to eat slowly and chew thoroughly is often overlooked but becomes increasingly important with age. Digestion begins in the mouth, and thorough chewing reduces the workload on the stomach and intestines. When cheese is eaten mindfully rather than hurriedly, the body has a better chance to process it comfortably and extract its nutrients. Efficiently combining cheese with whole foods also naturally encourages smaller portions. When cheese is part of a balanced plate rather than the main focus, it becomes a complementary flavor rather than the centerpiece. This helps prevent overconsumption while still providing satisfaction. Smaller amounts paired with nutrient-dense foods support bone health, muscle maintenance, and overall nourishment without excess calories or sodium. The practice of pairing and mindful eating also strengthens awareness of how your body responds. After 60, individual tolerance can vary widely. Some people digest cheese easily when it is combined with vegetables, while others notice improved comfort when it is eaten earlier in the day or in specific combinations. Paying attention to these responses allows you to adjust portions, timing, and pairings in a way that supports personal well-being over time. This approach fosters a healthier relationship with food. Cheese becomes something you enjoy intentionally rather than automatically. Eating with awareness reduces guilt, improves digestion, and enhances satisfaction. When cheese is paired wisely and eaten mindfully, it can continue to support muscle strength, bone health, and energy levels while fitting comfortably into a balanced lifestyle after 60.